Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lakeland Vale Let's Play series with me, CWATTYESO, here on day 2 of summer. And as you can see, quite surprisingly really, for day 2 of summer here in Texas, as the geo I'm using indicates, it's raining. It's actually raining. First time in this series it has rained, and it would happen to be in the summer. It would also happen to be on the one day where I didn't want it to rain because I needed to ted my field over here that I mowed with grass. You know, my grass field that I mowed so brilliantly in the last episode. I kind of wanted to ted that and start making some more hay, but I guess this rain's going to completely screw up that plan. So what can I do instead? Well, how much longer is the rain going to last for? Not long, but it's not going to be a very good drying day apparently. So, what are my options? Well, I could skip the hay production, skip making hay, we just windrow the field, and after that, what I could do, I could get a wrap. I could bale the grass, just bale it, you know, wrap it all up, and then get a wrapper and actually make some silage bales. Make some silage bales. Get some of those made, prepared for later on in the series. I could put half of them into storage, and I could sell half of them now and make some money, which is a good alternative. Put some lights on the subject. Alright, let's have a look. Where is this swath dropping at the minute? Selected work mode is left. That's going to be to the right. So yeah, using the merge max. Instead, I was going to give that other big windrower a second chance. The one that I had the slippity doodah problem with. Because I have looked at that implement in Notepad++. I've looked at the XML for that implement, and I've actually compared it to the mower unit that I used in the previous video for mowing this field, because they're actually pretty much identical, the frame and everything. Someone's just swapped the windrower units on the mod for mower units on the mower. Otherwise it's the exact same frame and everything as is on the windrower. So I was just looking at what the person who did the mower had set for things like the mass, load positions, the tyre options, friction scales, that sort of things, mass and stuff like that. And literally what I've done now on this, on the version of the windrower that I've got on this Let's Play series now, I've copied across all the mass information, centre of gravity information, everything, tyre information from the mower unit to see if it's going to be better for me. To see if it will actually not have the slippity doodah issues that I had. But I am noticing I'm having slippity doodah issues on other maps, other save games. I've experienced it in multiplayer, like I've said before. So it's more of a game issue at this point. Something wrong with the game. And I wonder if when Giants did the Bordeaux DLC quite recently, whether they've been having a play with the physics a bit more of stuff, because they definitely played around with the physics in the class, when they did the class DLC. They obviously played with the physics quite a lot. Because obviously since then everything, tractors, trailers, everything just seems more, well, realistic, you know. Tractors struggle pulling equipment and vehicles up hills and up slopes. Other implements, when they start reaching inclines, or if they've got any weight added to them, like you put stuff, you fill them up with stuff, they're slower than when they're empty. It's definitely something I've been experiencing for a few weeks now. I did read a forum post today on Giants Forum. Someone was asking if it was a bug of the straw harvest add-on. It's not, because I've experienced it before the straw harvest add-on, and I think when I did the when I did the windrowing in the previous episode of the series, I didn't have the straw harvest add-on activated at that point in time, because it messed with what was on the ground. It messed with the fill types on the ground and turned like it turned the grass into snow. So I only activated the straw harvest add-on after I'd picked up all the grass and finished working with it. So yeah, it's definitely not that that's causing it. Like I say, I've experienced it now a few times with a few different objects. For example, we was playing multiplayer the other evening. We was doing a harvest. I think it was it I don't know, was it the sugar beet harvest? Might have been or was it the potato harvest? I think it was the potato harvest, because Mr. Helgi was complaining that his harvester was slippity sliding. Mine wasn't, and we was using the same harvester. And then I was playing multiplayer last night, and I experienced an issue with the class combine harvester. I was harvesting a field with oats on it, and I experienced an issue where the harvester did start to slide. It was sliding. As I was driving along the field, it started just sliding to the right, the whole harvester. Which, of course, thankfully, I was doing a contract at the time, because otherwise I would have been causing massive crop destruction. Literally, the harvester, instead of going forward, it was literally going almost 90 degrees sideways, and I couldn't stop it. We're going to get this windrowed, we're going to get these baled, get this grass baled, and then I'm going to get a wrapper and get the silage bales wrapped. Don't know what kind of wrap. I don't know whether to use what wrapper to use though. Decisions. You know, most people use the standard one that like you like, kind of like the windrower I'm using now, where you drive along, you go up to the bales, you pick the bale up, it wraps the bale, and then you put it down, and then you drive to the next bale, the wrapper picks it up, wraps it. You know, we've done that, we've done that before, you know, that's not, you know, something alien to us. That is, you know. However, I'm thinking, because I've got the Anderson bale trailer currently, the bale collector, I'm wondering if I should maybe have a look at one of the Anderson wrappers. You know, one of the ones that you just sit on the field and you go and get the bales and load it into, and it creates one of those big silage sausagey type things. You know what I'm on about? Those big sort of sausagey, and then you unwrap the bales individually. Once the silage is fermented, you unwrap the thing, and you just get, like, they look like little bourbon biscuits, don't they? Bourbon creams, because they don't have no foil on them. Once you take them out of that, they're all just little silage bales, basically, just little square rectangle cubes. I could do the silage that way, I suppose, with one of them. I have used that when I did my Lone Oak streams last year. I did use it on that map. It's a bit more time consuming, which is not too bad when you're playing with seasons, because you literally have to drive the tractor with a front loader. You have to go bale spike, pick up the bale, drive it back to the wrapper, load the bale into the wrapper. Like I say, the wrapper doesn't move. The wrapper is wherever you park it, basically. So the ideal thing is to park it somewhere where it's not going to get in the way. What I tended to do in Lone Oak was park it right in the middle of the field, which, whilst it was out of the way for most things, when I then came after making my bales to fertilise the field, to spray the grass, the wrapper and the lovely bale sausage that it made were kind of in the way of the fertilising machine. Yeah, this grass isn't going to dry. Right. We're going to bale this then. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video at this point, the recording. You've seen me doing the windrowing. You've seen me do baling in a previous episode, so I'm going to skip all that. I'm not even going to time lapse that. And basically, I'll bring you guys back when I'm doing the wrapping. So I'll see you in a few moments. Hello everybody, just quickly bringing you back. Ooh, that was interesting. Why is that not remove the weeds? This should be a mechanical weeder. It should. Be removing weeds. But apparently it's not doing. I bought this, if you remember, after I did my previous mechanical weeding exercise thing. And I'll be perfectly honest, I still haven't fathomed out how this thing is supposed to work. It's supposed to be a weeder. It's supposed to remove weeds. It does appear to fertilise my field, but it doesn't appear to remove weeds. It's baffling. Baffling. so I can use it for fertilising instead of fertilising, but apparently it doesn't do the job it's meant to do. Or was bought to do. Doesn't remove the weeds. And I'm really not sure what else I could be doing wrong. Turn on the mulch harrow. I mean, it's applying applying the fertilizer state to the field. That's a given. It just doesn't pull the weeds out. I'm a bit at a loss on how to explain that one, and I really want to get this bale out from under my wheels. I thought I'd quickly just try doing those little patches of weeds before setting about the task of doing the baling, wrapping, should I say. But yeah, for whatever reason, it will not take the weeds out of this field. I'll quickly get out and have a look, make sure I'm not missing anything on there. Yeah. There is a little bendy thing on here. I think that's just an adjustment. So, makes no difference whether I drive over them with it turned off. And it makes no difference whether I drive over them with it turned on. I don't get it. I don't get why it doesn't want to weed. But hey, won't worry about that too much. I did spray most of this field, you may have noticed. I did that at the end, between the last video and this one. I used that little bit of fertiliser. So I sprayed it, because of course I found out that obviously now we're in the summer, Delores can't go to sleep at 6 PM in the evening and sleep for 12 hours and start the next day. She can only sleep now when it's like after 8 PM in the evening. So I had to do something for a couple of hours, so I went and sprayed that field with the little bit of liquid fertiliser I still had left in my tank of power. Just out of curiosity, let me take the other weeder. Let me just try quickly doing one of the patches on that field. See if this one makes any difference. Maybe that thing can't do what I want it to do. That other implement. Maybe, just maybe, that when you have it purchased in that configuration where it does fertilising, perhaps maybe it doesn't function as a weeder. It just does fertilising. That could be the case, because honestly I've never used that mod before. Like many of the mods that I'm using in this series, I've not used them before, so I'm experiencing them for the first time, and I'm basically discovering how some of the stuff works and how some of the stuff doesn't work. So this one we don't turn on. Okay, fair enough then. Can't remove the weeds. I wonder then if it's because this field technically is classed as in harvest phase. It's not in growing stage. And I think technically the game says you can only use a mechanical weeder during the crop's first growing stage. So at the minute the grass is not growing because it's harvested, it's mowed. So perhaps I've got to wait. That is something I will keep in mind, and once the grass turns green again on that field, I'll come back and have another go with the weeder. If it still doesn't work, then I'm going to rain down death from above with the herbicide machine on the weeds. But anyway, I need to go and get myself a wrapper for wrapping bales. So I'll see you guys again in another few moments. Welcome back, everybody. I've got my wrapper. I decided to go for the Kun one in the end. I did look at the Anderson DLC one, but then I thought to myself, you know what? I really don't want to leave the bales in the field to ferment. You know, I would much sooner get them moved, get them wrapped and then get them moved. And as it turns out, with the GTX bale storage building mod thing, you can actually put silage wrapped bales into the buildings and they will continue to ferment over time. So that's not a problem. What, however, is a problem, I've discovered, is that I am not using the automatic unload for bale wrapper mod, which means I've got to remember to manually keep dropping the bale every time it's finished wrapping. I can't just keep driving. Don't know how I missed that one from my mod list. That's normally in my must-have mods with likes of real HUD, real-time clock, HUD hide, no crosshair, place anywhere, multiple missions. You know, those mods that you always install on every single save game that you play without fail. You know, and for some reason I haven't included the automatic unload for bale wrappers. I don't know why. So I can't just zoom around the field and have the bales automatically getting plopped out. I keep manually dropping them. Rain still hasn't let up, by the way. Long process this. I think you'll agree. Now the obvious thing to do, if I was doing silage bales, would have been to have done round ones and then wrapped them at the same time as I was baling. However, my bale storage barn only accepts square ones. It's not universal. It will take bales. You've got to place the right one. You need to have planned ahead a bit. And for some reason, it's very rare I do round bales these days in game. I tend to always do square ones. Maybe it's because I think they stack better when you're making bale stacks, because, you know, at the end of the day you can get a nice Jenga tower going with the bales, square bales, whereas you can't really do that with the round ones unless you place them on their flats. But then you kind of end up with like a pyramid system. Rain seems to be maybe easing up a bit. Maybe that's just me. The sun's coming out. Nice. It's weird today with the weather because it looks like it's foggy and misty, which is why the mountains look blurry, because I'm pretty sure I remembered to do the depth of field false thing today at the start before I started recording. There's still quite a load of bales. How many have I made today? Out of interest, out of curiosity. 35. So 35 bales this session, 64 in total. So I actually made less bales last time. When I did the first mowing, I had less bales, even though the field wasn't fertilised this time. Interesting. Guessing we had weeds on the field though last time. That probably lowered the yield. Right, well, we reached the 30-minute mark in the video, people. So I'm probably going to end the episode at this point. I'm going to continue getting these bales wrapped. I'm going to get them picked up. I'll get them put into the bale storage barn. And then I'll see what else needs doing after that. See what Delores' options are for further work. Gonna have to feed the chickens. They're getting low on food again. So yeah, thanks for joining me in this episode, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please go ahead, leave that like for me on the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not doing so already. Leave me comments down below in the comment section, and be sure to share this video wherever you see fit, with whomever you see fit. I've been CWATTYESO. This has been the Lakeland Vale by Stevie map and Let's Play series. I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye for now.